Welcome to day 12 of our website development training. Yesterday this was the task that we did. I don't know why this one is marked because we've not done this task. I'm telling you. So if your own does this way, please don't skip it. This was the one I made a video on yesterday, and because of I mistakenly deleted it. So this was the one you're supposed to do yesterday. Then you have to come here next. After this one, you have to come here next. Don't be tempted to now move and skip, because after this one you will now do a task inside here. This task is very important. Make sure you do not skip it. Obey instructions here. So we click on here. We're going on CSS Basics 1. Yeah, CSS Basic 1. So click on start practicing. So you say, which property does the italic value belong to? Which property does the italic value belong to? It belongs to the font style. Alright, continue. How do we change the size of text on a web page? Font size property. Continue. What is a CSS rule? The selector and its declaration, the CSS property value pair, the style tag, the selector and the declaration we want to add. This is the answer. A selector and its declaration. That's the CSS rule. Click on continue. Now select the element with the class news alert. The element with the class news alert. First you will put dot. Then before you put news alert, not hashtag here, it's what? Dot, because we are doing what? We are selecting elements. Mark that. Can you see it? Correct. Continue. Which selector do we use to select all h1 elements on a given web page? We use the h1 tag selector. H1 tag selector. Can you see that? It's correct. Continue. Which selector selects only the secondly element on this web page? Is this up next? Is this up next? That is the correct one. Can you see there? Continue. What's wrong with this code? Looking at this code, what do you think is wrong with it? The ref attribute should be should be source. The rel attribute is missing. The link element should be script. The location of the style sheet is wrong. The answer is the rel attribute is missing. The rel attribute is missing. Click on continue. What happens to a web page if we don't include a link to a particular CSS file? We will get an error on the web page. The style in the file won't apply to the web page. The style in the file are partially applied. It will not be applied. Continue. To add a border around an element, which value is necessary? We use the solid value. Continue. Which shape does the CSS rule in which shape does the CSS rule in this style.css give to image? So what shape will it give? Looking here, you have a width 100, height 100, and then your border radius is what? 20 pixels. Is it a circle, a square with sharp corners, a square with rounded corners? The answer is a square with rounded corners. Can you see that? It's correct. Continue. Set the border radius property to 10 pixels. The border radius property to 10 pixels. So you just come here and type border radius. Border radius. Border radius, you put colon. Alright, 10 pixels. Can you see that? Correct. Click on continue. Set the height property to make all elements of the square class square shaped. Set the height property to make all elements of the square class square shaped. So for you to do that, you just put the same pixels, 150 pixels, it will become square. Can you see that? Continue. Why are elements of the wider width class wider? why are the elements of the wider width class wider than elements of the shorter width class? So looking at this place, the wider width class is no value set, then here is 250 pixels. They now said, why are the elements of the wider width class wider than elements of the shorter width class? So because the background color takes up the entire width, because wider width has a bigger width property, because shorter width has a bigger width property. Answer is because the wider width has bigger width property. Can you see that is correct? Click on continue. They are calculating your progress, and that's it. Now for today, I want you to stop here. I don't want you to go on taking the second lesson, all right? Because I need you to use that time and go and revise every other thing. After this lesson, the next lesson you need to learn is this one here. This one that is here, that's the next lesson you're going to learn. Avoid this one, all right? We are going to be taking it one alone because you have two keys, yes, but I don't want you to do two keys. I want you to revise. After you do this one, go back from beginning and revise for your exam. All right? And if you needed yesterday's video, I'm going to also send that. If you do not like this video in the beginning, what are you still waiting for? Like the video and tell me thank you in the comments. See you next time.